Okay, the first homework problem I'm going to go ahead and work out with you guys is going to be number 57. So one thing I want to do right away is point out that these are odd numbers, just like you have in the back of your book. You have the answer. So here I went ahead and just made sure I was aware that the answer is equal to 3 in this case. So the directions say use order of operations to simplify the following, and it gives us this big old thing. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We know that the first thing we need to start with is there anything inside parentheses we can simplify, and there is not. So we can go to the next step. The next step is exponents. Are there any exponents we need to evaluate? There are none. So then we go to, okay, then we just got to do multiplication and division, working from left to right. Now we see we have a division here, and we know if we were to write this out, we would have all this stuff on top, divide, and then the division sign, and then all this stuff on the right. So the top stuff is basically to the left, so we got to do the top stuff first. So let's go ahead and work that out, and we'll start with the very left part. We can go ahead and see we have multiplication here. A negative 11 times a negative 4, that's going to equal a positive 44, and then we'll just keep everything else plus 2 times negative 7. All over 7 minus negative 3. Next, what we want to go ahead and do is we see there's still another multiplication we can do, and it's this guy right here. So let's go ahead and simplify that, and we know that 2 times a negative 7 is equal to a negative 14. So this is going to equal 44 minus 14, all divided by 7 minus a negative 3. Now what we go ahead and do is, do we have any more multiplication and division? Well, you can say we have a division next, but we can't really divide this because it's not simplified. So now we have to do addition on the top, and then the addition on the bottom, or subtraction. So we can go ahead and say, okay, 44 minus 14 is equal to 30, divided by the 7 minus negative 3. Now we can finally do the subtraction on the bottom, and we end up with 30 on top, divided by 7 minus a negative 3 gives us a positive 10. And the last thing we need to do is just divide 30 divided by 10. That's equal to 3. So this is our final answer. And we can check our work. Yep, the answer is equal to 3. Then once we've done this correctly, and we can move on. I want to make sure that when you guys are doing your homework or your recommended problems, that you check your work. It's really important to make sure and look in the back and make sure you're doing the problems correctly. That's the whole reason for the books having the odd number answers in the back of the book, so that way you don't waste your time and you make sure you're doing the problems correctly. As a rule, I used to always check every single problem I did right after I did it, just to make sure that I was doing things right, so I wasn't wasting time. And if I was messing something up, I would figure it out, or have find a resource that could explain it, so I would get things right. So let's see if we have time for another problem. I think we may be out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I'll do another problem in the next video.